no weirder as the divisional round of the playoffs concludes, and we're going to talk about some Saints here. But, however, the Falcons still don't know how to even make the playoffs. Because why, Dad?
Because they suck a little bit, just a little bit.
Yep. But yeah, we're going to get into some games, and then we're going to get into a bunch of Saints talk, you know. But let's just get started in the AFC NFC divisional round from last weekend. Let's start off with the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens, where the Ravens get a dominating 34-10 victory, and if it wasn't for a punt return, the Texans wouldn't even have scored a touchdown. You all know that this was the Texans. For me, we're going to the Super Bowl. But I mean, to be honest, they didn't really play that bad. It's just that they kept shooting themselves in the foot. And when you shoot yourself in the foot, you're not going to win too many games, especially against the best team in the NFL. So, but hey, Lamar Jackson, this is his first ever AFC Championship game appearance. So we're going to see how he does in this game. How do you feel about the game between the Texans and Ravens?
All right, I first want to say thank you, Michael the Hurricane, for having me on. What's up, boy?
Yeah.
All right, anyway, talking about this game, huh? Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. Well, who did I pick last week? Did I pick Baltimore? Okay, so my pick changed. You turn on your phone? Dude, this live, bro.
It's the house phone. I did not expect my mom to call.
Oh.
Hold on. It should.
You waste up all our film.
Hold up. Let me mute myself real quick. I can do that.
Go on, Michael the Hurricane. Get it together.
No. All right. Well, I mean, it stopped ringing. I don't know why she always. I don't know. But let's just move on. We got the Packers and 49ers, where the 49ers win 24-21. In a game that honestly makes me feel less confident about the 49ers is just like the Texans. The Packers essentially had it won. Well, I don't know if the Texans had it won, but the Packers essentially had it won, right? They had a big run by Aaron Jones. They were in field goal range. They go up. If they score a touchdown, then that's basically game over. But Anders Carlson missed a field goal. Now, before I get to anything, look, he's a rookie kicker, so I won't really put too much blame on the kicker. But here's something, because I watched the video, right, and he explained it perfectly, right? Have you ever noticed when Justin Tucker goes out for a field goal, like he always stays focused where he keeps like looking down at the ground until the ball's already in the air? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Well, if you look at that kick, as soon as Anders Carlson's foot hit the ball, he's already looking at the sky. So, hey, Jerry.
What's up, Jerry?
So, yeah, I feel like he's definitely going to improve that. And the Packers, I mean, they fired Joe Barry earlier today. That was definitely the right move. So, but how do you feel about the 49ers escape? I'm not even going to say barely winning. They escaped the Packers. How do you feel about that?
It was a much better game than I thought it was going to be. And, yeah, the Packers showed me something. Jordan Love showed me something. They have the quarterback of the future. Yay for them. But San Francisco still my Super Bowl pick. They found a way to win the game. And, if you're a San Francisco fan today, that's all that matters. They're moving on.
All right, so Jerry says that he liked your video earlier this week. Do you have anything to say about Jerry's comment?
For sure. I had to troll those Buck fans because, they getting on my last little nerve, talking about, the refs cheated. And, so I was just like, ha, 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 Bucks fans.
Well,
so
you know what I gotta say? If they actually did say that, you know what I gotta say? In the words of Saints fans, get over it.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
Not at all.
But speaking of the Bucks, we have the Lions taking care of business against the Tampa Bay Luck Buccaneers. Yeah. But yeah, Lions beat the Buccaneers 31-23. But people are gonna be like, people might call me crazy. Todd Bowles told him that game. You can talk because look, shout out to James Scrametta. I watched one of his videos, right, and he explained it perfectly. I didn't even notice real time because, to be honest, when it was like 31-17, I turned the game off and got ready for the Chiefs-Bills game because that's the game I really wanted to watch. But then I turned back because then I saw the Buccaneers had the ball down by 6, and then I turned it on and the Lions already kneeling. But something I didn't notice, the Buccaneers had a timeout, right, and the Lions they mismanaged the clock, right. So they took a knee with like 105 remaining, right. That lets the clock go down. The Buccaneers did a smart thing by not calling timeout there, right. They take a knee with 37 seconds left. And the Buccaneers did not call timeout. And people are going to be like, well, I mean, the Lions were going to make the field goal anyway. It would have been like a 50-yard field goal. Some kickers don't even know how to make extra points. And like that field goal was not a gimme. And if they do punt the ball, you're at least giving yourself a chance. You see, look at it this way. So if you have if you're like betting some, right, and you have 1%, you have a 1% chance to win whatever you're doing. Will you not take the risk or just give it to somebody else? So you basically gave the game away. And Todd Bowles doubled down on it, saying, well, they were going to get a field goal. You don't know that. Like, we've seen tons of field goals that blocked, missed, So, but yeah, Todd Bowles. And people had the nerve, and Buccaneer fans had the nerve to clown our coach, which was well deserved. But I didn't think I was going to say this. I know this is not really saying much, but Dennis Allen is a better coach than Todd Bowles because, and that might be a tough take to some people. But look.
That's hot take, Mikey. That's hot.
But look, one thing I will give Dennis Allen credit for, sure I can't even say that to be honest. I don't know. I just feel like, in my opinion, because at least Dennis Allen, he has a reason, for doing some of the things. Like, when he apologized, it was stupid, but he gave us a reason why, right? But Todd Bowles, he ain't give us no reason. Well, I'm not here to talk about Dennis Allen. We might talk about him later. But how do you feel about the Buccaneers losing a heartbreaker to the Lions? Not heartbreaking for me.
That one made me extremely happy, Mikey. I was happy. I was, I went to bed with a smile on my face. I couldn't wait to get up the next day and do that video, Jerry. I was pumped. I mean, again, this game was a little closer than I thought it was gonna be. I thought Detroit was gonna blow the doors off them boys, but it didn't happen. But Baker Mayfield did Baker Mayfield things. He kind of screwed up late in the game. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. So Buccaneers going home and Lions continue to march on, baby.
Yep. But now let's get into the most heartbreaking game this past weekend. Chiefs-Bills. Chiefs beat the Bills for the third time in the last 4 years in the playoffs with a 27-24 win. And here's what I gotta say. Why? Just why? Like, look.
I'll tell you why. Keep going.
All right. Forrest Marie says go Lions. Yeah, go Lions. But look, the Chiefs handed the Bills opportunities to win this game. They fumbled the ball out of the end zone. They left Stephon Diggs wide open. They freaking kept getting hurdled by Josh Allen. I can't even blame Tyler Bass. Like, look, I really do hate the phrase it shouldn't have come down to it, but it really shouldn't have come down to it this time. You had Stephon Diggs wide open for a first down. But yeah, you're trying to go deep to Khalil Shakir in the end zone? Double covered? Josh Allen, you had a phenomenal game. But you just do not know how to show up in those moments. And look, I'm not gonna say I've been a Josh Allen apologist, but I admit Josh Allen is a top 3 or top 5 quarterback, however you want to look at it. But you cannot make those mistakes. From the AFC Championship game to Kansas City a couple years ago to then 13 seconds, and now this. No, this is unacceptable. I'm not a Bills fan, but I'm probably one of the number 1, number 2, number 3. I don't care. I am a Chiefs hater. And I've always been a Chiefs hater, except for 2019, because, I wanted to see something new happen, and they won the Super Bowl. But ever since then, their fans didn't know how to shut their mouths. Now you got Taylor Swift involved, and now this Tyler Bass replace the beat, or no, take away the beat. You can say what you want. The Bills had this game won. This is what I'm talking about. Teams keep shooting themselves in the foot. They gave you opportunity after opportunity. He was wide open. Stephon Diggs was wide open for 9 yards, which would have been a first down, and then you could have kept the drive going. So then even if you don't get into the end zone, it'll at least make the field goal a little bit shorter. And now we have new overtime rules. Man, look, Josh Allen, he deserves lots of blame. Tyler Bass deserves blame. But this was a team effort. Stephon Diggs, wide open, 60 yards down the damn field, and he drops the ball, which could have been a touchdown if they keep that drive going. On third down, or no, that led third down. It was like 3rd and 17. Then you got punt. No, man. Y'all sneaked your way into an AFC East title, and this is how you perform. Man, my hope and belief in you, and this is what you do. Man, the Bills, they've had a roller coaster season, but to end like this, bro, you go on. I just went on my rant. You go on about this stupid game.
I hear you, Mikey. I got 4
Hold
words.
on, before you go, Saints Production said that he's starting a podcast / show. What would be a good name for it? Well, what do you plan on talking about your show? Because look, we named our show Hurricane Mike Show, so I would keep it don't do anything that don't do the Who Dat podcast. 'Cause I'm pretty sure 10 other shows are called that. But if you want, just hit me up, on one of my YouTube videos or community tab, and I can help you find out a name. Or if you you can use your name, football mostly. All right, well, let's see what's your name, Saints Productions, or you can call it the Saints Productions Podcast. That would be a good name. Because you already use, you can already use your name and there's that podcast under it. Just like I did with my show. So but I'll check out your podcast. Yeah. But back to this game. Dad, you go on. Bill's gonna bill as Forrest Martin said. Man, Ravens, you better knock these bums out. They shouldn't even be here. They keep getting lucky. They shouldn't have been in this position. But you go ahead.
Calm down. I got 4 words for you. The first 2 words are Josh Allen. I mean, how many times Josh Allen gonna choke in the playoffs? I mean, let's call it what it is, Mikey. What do you do? I mean, especially in the 4th quarter of playoff games against the Chiefs. I mean, you can only do it so many times before you have to start calling it what it is. That's a choke job. The next 2 words, like my boy Forrest said, is wide right. Now, this was a thing probably 20 years before you were born, Mike. You need to Google it.
I know what you're talking about.
Right.
I know what you're talking about. They played the Giants in the Super Bowl. They had a chance to win the Super Bowl, and then they missed it. Then that started their 4 straight Super Bowl losing streak. I know.
I know you did. You do your homework. That's why you're a Hurricane Michael, boy.
Mhm.
So yeah. So Josh Allen choked. Kansas City was trying to give him the game away. I mean, they
Yeah.
fumbled through the end zone. They, some penalties on third downs, and it was giving them the game. But Diggs dropped the bomb wide right. I mean, Ravens gonna tear that butt up this weekend, so we're gonna be good. We ain't gonna see no more Taylor Swift. We're gonna end the Swifties, and we ain't gonna see no more, Jason Kelsey with his shirt off in the stands either, because that, made me throw up my nachos that night.
Okay.
So, yeah, tell Jason Kelsey he need to wax that too. Too much hair up there,
Yeah.
That's it.
But now let's get into some conference championship predictions. To see who's going to the Super Bowl. And honestly, let's all right. Now let's see. Chiefs at Ravens. Yeah, Chiefs at Ravens. Honestly, every single time I pick the Chiefs to lose, they tell me to win. So you know what I'm gonna do? Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Since apparently the Chiefs like doing the opposite of what I do, I'm picking the Chiefs to beat the Ravens. Cause maybe if
Trying
I
that
do that,
reverse psychology, huh?
yeah. Cause maybe if the Chiefs, maybe if I say they'll beat the Ravens, they're like, oh, screw what you say. We're gonna go out there. Maybe that will happen. Please, please. I don't know what to do anymore. Just something work. And if this doesn't work, then it doesn't matter what I say. So I'm going Chiefs. What about you?
I can't go Chiefs, Mikey. I'm not doing the reverse psychology bit. I think Lamar Jackson is gonna have an all-world game. He's gonna rush for over 100 yards. He's gonna pass for over 300 yards. I say Ravens by 17.
All right. Now we got the Lions at the 49ers NFC Championship game. The winner of this game is going to Vegas, baby. You know, everything happens in
Woo!
Vegas, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we got Lions, 49ers. This should be a good game. You got the Lions. You know, as much as I would love to see them in the Super Bowl, I'm going with the 49ers because of experience. You know, like the Lions, they've been iffy. You know, they struggled with Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. They barely beat up on Matthew Stafford and the Rams. But the 49ers are a different beast. I'm sorry, they are a different beast. You know, and look, I would love to be wrong. I would love to see the Lions Ravens Super Bowl because it's something new. Um, all right, so Jerry has Lions versus Chiefs in Super Bowl Week 1 rematch. I would hate to see that unless the Lions win. But yeah, I'm going 49ers. I won't be surprised if the Lions win, but that defense is something else, bro. So I'm going Lions. I mean 49ers.
I would be very surprised to see the Lions win. The 49ers was my Super Bowl pick, so I'm sticking with that. And I can't see the Lions going out there to San Francisco and winning this game. I just don't see it. So I think the Rams, not the Rams, the 49ers are going to be in the Super Bowl against Baltimore.
All right,
Woo!
so now we're gonna give our Super Bowl pick, and whoever actually makes the Super Bowl, we're gonna do that too. But what's your up to date Super Bowl pick between the two teams that you have going?
All right, 49ers and Ravens. I see the 49ers coming out on top in a close game, like 31-28.
Okay. Well, I have 49ers Chiefs, and I'm sticking with my reverse psychology because they want to do everything that I don't want them to do. So I'm going the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. Please, 49ers or Lions or Jesus, just somebody stop the Chiefs. They're annoying.
Yeah, you're
Man,
right.
they're acting like they are the freaking Patriots, and I know Jerry said that they are the new Patriots. But you know what I consider a dynasty? You need at least 3 rings. It is not to be 3 straight rings, but you need at least 3 rings. And if you don't get 3 rings, it's not a dynasty. It's just a good team or a great team. But it's not no dynasty unless you get that 3rd ring. If the Chiefs somehow win the Super Bowl in this Frankenstein of a season, you'll become a dynasty. As much as I hate it. We
I
got
agree.
Taylor
Gotta
Swift's
have
gonna
the
make a
ring.
freaking dynasty song, man. Gosh, Jerry says that he wants to see the Lions make history. I want to see that too, but
I want to see
plan
it too.
49.
But my pick is the 49ers. I'm going with my head, not my heart.
But we'll see if Dan Campbell can bite some kneecaps. Am I right? But
Woo! Yeah, he likes to do that.
yeah. All right, now let's some Saints talk. Well, this is technically not Saints talk yet, but there's some rumors going around that the Atlanta Falcons are interested in Bill Belichick. He's already said that the Falcons are like he's losing interest in Atlanta. I don't know how true that is because as a Saints fan, I know rumors cannot be true sometimes. But if Bill Belichick ends up booking a ticket to Atlanta until he retires or gets fired or whatever, one, do you think Belichick will go to Atlanta? And two, if he does, how successful do you think the Falcons can be?
Hold that question, Mikey. I got some breaking news for you right here. I just came across that Jim Harbaugh is taking the job in San Diego.
Oh, okay. Or you mean Los
Los Angeles,
Angeles?
the
Oh yeah,
Chargers.
it just came across here too. All right, guys, we got our first ever breaking news alert on the show. Yay!
Good, you heard it
Jim
here from.
Harbaugh. So this changes this question for a bit. We're gonna postpone you because screw the Falcons. Jim Harbaugh, Chargers head coach, man. I mean, he's coming off of a Michigan national title, and who knows? I mean, he was somewhat successful in the NFL with the 49ers. So now Jim Harbaugh going to Los Angeles to coach the Chargers. So we know that Belichick's not going to LA because I know they were rumored at once. But Jim Harbaugh, you know what? We'll get to the Falcons in a second, but screw the Falcons so they can wait. So that how successful do you think the Chargers are going to be with Jim Harbaugh
I
as
think
of
they're
10
gonna.
seconds
I,
ago?
I think they're gonna be off the chain. They have their franchise quarterback in place, and Jim Harbaugh has shown that he can go into an organization and take them to a new level. He done it in the pros. He's done it in college. So, yeah, Chargers, they got something going over there.
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't
done
say the
take the
same for the
words out of
Saints.
my mouth.
Oh,
And
you're right.
fourth, Mari said that the Falcons going to interview Brian Johnson after the Lions season is over for head coach. Do you mean Ben Johnson? Because Brian Johnson got fired from the Eagles. Are you trying to
Yeah,
say Ben Johnson?
probably means Ben Johnson.
All right, well, if you're talking, I don't even know why they would hire Brian Johnson. But if you're talking about Ben Johnson, I mean, I could see it, but like, so will everybody else. So, but I don't know if that's confirmed or not, or if you're just trying to make up a rumor. But now let's talk about the thing that we were going to talk about. Oh yeah, Ben. Yeah, I assume. If Bill Belichick goes to the Falcons, for one, do you think he will? Two, how successful do you think they could be if he does book a ticket to Atlanta?
I don't think it's going to happen. I think he wants to have too much control for Arthur Blank, and he doesn't have a quarterback there. So I just don't see that happening. Um, I see more likely the Raiders in Vegas. Did they get a coach yet? No, huh?
Yeah, they hired Pierce, Antonio Pierce.
That's right. They hired from inside. Okay.
Yep.
So maybe he does go to Atlanta just because there's no other jobs. I don't know. But I
Yeah,
don't see it
I
being a
think
good
he's
fit
going
though.
to Atlanta. But look, people are like, man, like I'm not scared of Bill Belichick. He might be better than Dennis Allen, but that ain't saying much. Like Bill Belichick, people every time that somebody says something bad about him, they're always like 6 rings, 6 rings. Dog, those 6 rings was Tom Brady, the GOAT. He don't Atlanta. What is he supposed to do? Get another Tom Brady? Is Desmond Ritter just going to become Tom Brady? And
Well,
if they somehow,
they do
and
have
if
an
they
early
somehow,
draft pick,
yeah,
so
and if they draft a quarterback, Like, Bill Belichick ain't going to last so long. So, if I'm Bill, I'm going somewhere where they're already in a good system. For example, the Chargers would have been a good place for Bill to go, but now we obviously know that ain't going to happen. But, yeah, so, but that's enough of the Falcons because we gave them 1 minute of talk, and that's probably all they're going to get on this show. All right, but now let's get to some mock draft, and then we're going to get to grading from the draft last year. So, yeah, but let's get started. All right, so with the 14th pick, who do you have the Saints selecting?
Well, I don't have the my notes in front of me to see who's available, but it doesn't look like one of the top quarterbacks going to be available. I think the top 3 quarterbacks going to go in the first 3 picks probably.
Yep.
So I'm looking at probably the best offensive tackle available because we pretty much suck at that position, and you don't know what's going on with Ryan Ramczyk. Is he healthy? Is he ever going to play again? Does he even want to play? I don't know. But Penning
Yeah.
is not the answer. He's going to be moved to guard probably.
Yeah.
Probably going to need to get some tackles. Need to get some offensive line depth this offseason.
Yep. Well, we're just gonna actually say the first 2 selections. So where did the paper go? Hold on. I made 2 reports. Here we go. All right. With the 14th pick in the draft, I have the Saints selecting Zerhan Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois. He's projected to be the 14th pick, whoever was selecting. Look, he's 6'2", he weighs 290 pounds, and I have a couple paragraphs, so stay with me. Zerhan Newton is coming off a career best campaign that saw him earn 61 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, 3 pass deflections, and 2 fumble recoveries. At 6'2", 295, so one said 295, one said 290, I don't know what the thing is. He has the versatility to rush inside or use burst, ankle flexion, and active surgical hands to work around the apex. Through it all, he's strong and stout enough to disrupt in the run game as well, which is something that the Saints need to do. Do it!
Yeah, you're right.
All right. And then Newton is best alongside a nose tackle who can encounter blocks, but he himself is what unnaturally proficient at prying through congestion and squirming through blocks to make stops. Newton's hyper elite flexibility is a one-of-one trait that makes him a perplexingly slippery opponent for even the strongest offensive lineman. So Zerhan Newton would definitely be a good fit on this team. Cam Jordan ain't getting any younger. There's some players on the defensive line that ain't playing good right now. Zerhan Newton, I would not mind if the Saints take him this upcoming April. Do you have any things about that?
No, I haven't seen Newton play before, but defensive line is definitely a position we need to address. Like you said, Cam's not getting any older. I mean, not any younger. He's not producing like he used to. And Peyton Turner's not the answer. And, we need somebody to go in there with Granderson, put some heat on these quarterbacks, man. Come on.
Yeah. All right, but there's some comments that we missed, so I'm about to get to them in a second. So first, we got Forrest Mari saying, Belichick getting up there in age, can't see him coaching much longer anyway. That's what I'm saying. I thought he was just going to retire. But, he says that he wants to do
Man, want
somewhere.
to coach. You're only as young as you feel, Mikey. You're only as
Yeah.
old as you feel, Man wants to
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah. And then Jerry said, give the Falcons no minutes. I got you. Forrest said, LOL. And Jerry said it, yes. I said it loud and clear. Are you talking about Zerhan Newton? And then Forrest said 3 QBs, 3 tackles going in top 12. We might have to settle for a skill position or defensive lineman. Yeah, I have us going defensive lineman. And then he also said if we don't trade up for a high upside former basketball star in Division II coming off ACL surgery, Did the Saints do that before?
Who was that? If we don't, there we go. I don't know. It's probably talking about somebody in this draft here.
All right. Well, now let's. All right, we're just gonna do our first two rounds. We're gonna do more after like the season. But in the second round, who's like one of the players that you won't be minding the Saints take?
Well, like I said, I don't have the players in front of me, but I'll tell you these positions. So if we address the defensive line in the first round, then I think we need to get some depth on that O line, like I suggested in the first round. We need some depth there. We could use some depth at wide receiver. We could use a pass catching tight end. The safeties are kind of old. We could use a safety. So what do you have us drafting in the second round?
All right. So I have us going with somebody like you said. I have us going with Jordan Morgan. See, this might be the player. No, he got injured in football, but you said basketball. So I was going with Jordan Morgan. Oh, Brock
Brock
Bowers.
Bowers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that he had that situation. But yeah, I'm going with Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle from Arizona. He's 6'4", 311 pounds. And this is what it showed me. There might not be a more athletic tackle in the nation, which we need, than Jordan Morgan. He was likely set to be a first-round pick in the 2023 class before tearing his ACL in November. He returned to school to prove he's healthy. Now healthy, he's a fantastic prospect. Morgan takes initiative when blocking and owns most reps because he's so in control of his body. Ryan Ramchuk, I'm talking to you. He has great lateral agility and timing with his hands. There's room to improve the angles he'll take in pass protection and handling bull rushers, but those are more technical tweaks than any overhauls. How do you feel about my guy Jordan Morgan?
I like it. Sounds good. What you
Yeah,
eating over there? Wasting all our film. You eating.
slider.
All right, so
But,
your man Morgan. Okay, I like it.
and now
Good
let's
pick.
get into our last topic. The 2023 draft class from last year. Some ups, mostly downs. We're going to regrade that draft class from how they did in their rookie year.
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah.
So, in the first round, the Saints took Brian Brees. I'm giving him a B. You know, like, not a lot of people thought he was none. People thought he reached. I thought it was a good pick. You know, and Brees, when he did play, he showed up to the table. You know, whether that was knocking him down, and when he did the celebration against Tommy DeVito, oh yeah, he got a high grade for me. Give me Brian Brees at a B. How would you grade Brian Brees from his rookie year?
I I give him a B plus. I think he did good. He got in there. He made some sacks. He tackled for the loss, and he was dominant at sometimes. So yeah, B plus.
All right. Now we got Isaiah Foskey in the second round, who's a guy I was super high on. Led all rookies defensive tackle and sack for 4.5. Yeah,
There you go.
but there's not really so much defensive tackles that were, you know. But like, yeah, I understand what you're saying. But now Isaiah Foskey, a guy who I was super high on, didn't really meet my expectations. I'm giving him a C minus. He hardly played, and when he did play, like he got like one sack from here and there, got a pressure from here and there, but he didn't really do nothing special. So unfortunately, it breaks my heart, but I'm giving him a C minus. What do you think about Foskey?
I like C minus, but maybe I'll give him a D because I've seen him in there. Quite a few times, but he didn't make any plays. They use him mostly on special teams, and yeah, like you were saying, I expected more. I thought, all right, this guy's gonna come in and pressure the passer. Didn't do none of that. None of it. So
Yeah.
I was very disappointed. So D for disappointment.
Hold on. What? I know. I heard. All right. But now, Kendre Miller, running back. The Saints drafted him in case Alvin Kamara got suspended, which he did. But even though Kendre Miller only played one of those games, the technique is poor, yeah. But I'm giving Kendre Miller a C+ because when he played, he showed flashes. He showed like Alvin Kamara type of flashes. He has that body length. He had the power. He had the skill set, but he didn't really show it all his rookie year. But I think he will improve later on. I'm giving him a C+. A lot of people thought he was gonna get the number one running back role ahead of Alvin Kamara, and I just thought that you were increasingly stupid. But yeah, I'm going Miller with the C+. How do you feel about Kendre Miller?
You know what? I'm gonna give my boy Kendre Miller a B. Hear me out. He was injured a lot of the season, but I'm giving him a good grade because I'm glad we have him. Because when he was healthy, he did show some flashes, and Alvin Kamara's not getting any younger. So I give him a B because I'm glad he's on our team.
Yeah. Um, you know. But now let's get to Nick Saldiveri, everybody's favorite prospect when we drafted. I'm giving him a D. Like he had a couple plays where it's like, okay, he could be some. Like he didn't really play that much, He was always a healthy scratch most of the time. Then, a couple times he would hop into a game, but like I think he can improve, but I'm giving him a D. For example, remember when we drafted Peyton Turner in the first round? We all thought that was increasingly stupid, but then he was playing, so we're like, maybe. But then he started being a healthy scratch. So and I'm giving Nick Saldiveri that same treatment. He's a D. What about you?
I agree. I give him a D. I mean, if you're a healthy scratch, that means you're not good enough to get on the field.
Yeah.
And I can't really tell you many times seeing this dude play at all. I mean, making any plays. So I mean, I think I'm being nice with this one too. I'm gonna give my boy a D.
Yeah. But now we got Jake Haener. I mean, I'm giving him an F. He didn't play. Why would I grade him for something he never did? That's like grading you for eating your last meal. Like I've never ate my last meal, so I can grade you for that. That's like grading me for my last exam, even though the last exam has never happened yet. Like, how are you supposed to grade that?
You didn't show up to school that day. How you gonna get an A? Come on.
Yeah. So Jake Haener, he gets an F, and honestly, it's like he's not an F-. But I mean, he showed some flashes in the preseason. That's all we really got out of him. So, what do you feel about Jake Haener?
I'm gonna give my boy Jake Haener a D. I like the way he hold that iPad sometimes. He holds it up while Derek Carr looking at it. Helping my boy Derek out. So I'm gonna give my boy a D.
Yep. Now we got Jordan Howden, who he was up and down. He had some good plays, and then some plays where it's like, "Where are you doing?" But I'm giving Jordan Howden a C. I feel like that's right. I thought he was going to do bigger things, but when Marcus May kept getting hurt, suspended, so I'm giving Howden a C. I think it could go up to a B, maybe even a B+ in the near future. But after his rookie year, I'm giving him a C.
All right. I'm gonna give him a C+. I mean, he was solid for most of the time. I mean, he was in there when Tyrann Mathieu was hurt or May was hurt or suspended or whatever the hell he was. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna give my boy a C+ because he's pretty solid this year, and he can get better.
Yeah. Now, our last pick, we traded Adam Troutman for A.T. Perry. And honestly, I'm giving A.T. Perry an A-. And hear me out. I know he didn't catch a single pass till week 10. But one thing I liked about Perry is that he was a big body. He's somebody, if you throw it up to him, ain't no way he's not coming down with the ball. You know, he's showing me flashes, and he was gonna be a third round pick. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe his arm fell off, and then they just came back on. I don't know why he fell, but we traded down Troutman for this dude, and I'm not gonna lie. I would rather have A.T. Perry than I would with Adam Troutman. How do you feel about A.T. Perry? A-minus boy.
I agree. I'm gonna give him an A. He didn't play early in the season, but just like Kendry Miller, I'm gonna say, the potential is there, and I'm glad we have him. So, and he made some big plays later on in the season. In that Giants game, in the Panthers game, he made some good plays. He held on to the ball. He got open. He showed some speed. Come on, A.T. Perry. It's the future.
And yep, and Forrest Marie said Colston 2.0. I don't know about all that, but who knows?
A little
Maybe. But that's
faster than
our
Colston, I
yeah.
think.
He's bigger. He's faster. I think he has potential than Colston has or had early in his career. But now we're going to talk about one more thing. Demario Davis singly wrecks O-line. How do you feel about that statement?
Wait, say it again.
Demario Davis, in my opinion, he's he single-handedly wrecks offensive linemen. Do you agree with that statement?
I don't know about that, but I know what I've seen this year is he, still has it. He like that Giants game we went to. He was all over the field. We was like, who made that tackle? Who made that tackle? It's 56. I mean, how are you doing that? I mean, he's like faster than these young guys. I mean, he was
Yeah.
all over the place. So yeah, he's still wrecking some offenses. That's for sure.
Yep. But that's gonna end. That's gonna end it here, folks. Like, subscribe, share, turn the bell on so you don't miss a stream, video. You know, do all that thing. Dad, where can they find you?
You can find me on Warren Newby on YouTube.
Yep. And
Subscribe, do the bell, because I'm about to go on make a video right now to preview this podcast. So check us out in future episodes coming to you.
yep. Yeah. Thanks, Jerry. But yeah, you can also find me at New Orleans Saints Master Streams, where I like to stream different type of games. I might stream Sunday. I might not. It depends on how I feel. But you can check me out there. You can check my dad out where he just said that you can find him. And we are out of here. Good night to everybody.
Who that?
Who that?